What's up, beautiful people? Happy Friday or Friday.
Hey,
We made it through the week. We made it through the week. And guess what you're tuned into? You're tuned into the R&D show. We're your hosts. I'm Shad.
I'm Ryan.
And this is the R&D show. Pew, 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 pew. So hopefully everybody's had an amazing week. And we're going to jump right into it. We're going to jump into some stuff that's been brewing over the last couple of days. That's been some hot topics. And we're going to kick it off with the infamous, unpredictable, careless, reckless. We're going for days.
Who are you talking about?
The one and only shameful Martel Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Martel Holt, King Martel Holt?
Okay, I don't know about the king part. More like a peasant. I don't know about no king part now, but talk about Martel Holt and his actions and behavior over the last, literally his actions and behavior in general, but it's really over the last few days has been just so unacceptable. So basically, Martel Holt is a part of a cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is a reality TV show that premieres on the OWN Oprah Winfrey Network. And it's supposed to be based around successful married couples that have these businesses in like real estate and investments and things of that nature, and following the lives of just how they are able to juggle and balance family, friends, business, of course, drama and things of that nature. And Martel was married to the one and only Melody Holt, now Melody S. Rogers. Let's be very clear, Melody Rogers. They had some infidelity issues before even coming into the show. And mind you, this is the show that Melody, or they're both, but I know for sure Melody pitched. So they came into making the show knowing that they already had some things going on. But from my understanding, they were supposedly working on those things and then working through those things on the show as well, right? And that was kind of like his infidelity and cheating and things of that nature. They have been together since college, I believe. They have beautiful family, 4 kids, and businesses together, and just making this amazing life as African American people for us to just witness and celebrate and also be inspired by. Martel unfortunately continued to cheat on her and ended up having a baby on her, which we seen play out on the show over the seasons. And finally she filed for divorce and divorced him, and they've been divorced for some years now. And within all that, you would think, because we have kids, let's try to figure out how to co-parent and have a healthy type of relationship. Right? Wrong. Unfortunately, Martel has made things very complicated by his actions and behavior.
He made things super complicated, even before we get into what he recently did, just by also accusing his wife of cheating. But she did not cheat on him. She may have engaged with someone when they were separated, which was after, he had cheated on her and had a kid. So like, that's not the same thing, but he's trying to throw her under the bus and play the victim. And now he's taking it to another level.
Yeah, he's become very extreme. And one thing that I am not a fan of is people that cannot hold themselves accountable and then also play the victim and the villain at the same time. And I think we've watched Melody try to navigate through this on the show, and try to relationship with him best way she feels like she can, but there's boundaries that have been crossed. And when boundaries are crossed, I tell people this all the time, it's tough to even want to be in the same space as someone, especially when you dealt with them on a more intimate level and you have kids. It's one thing to cheat on somebody. Now, everybody has their perspective on what cheating does to them and how it makes them feel and things of that nature. And I feel like that's valid. I would never take that away from anybody. Me personally, do I think that that's the worst thing in the world? No, but it also isn't the most honorable thing either. However, it's not the worst thing in the world. That's just my personal opinion. But if you are married, you cheat, and you have a baby, that then becomes probably one of the worst things in the world, because you're letting me know that you didn't even value me or our relationship or marriage enough to even use protection. And anything could have happened. It could be a baby, it could be an STD, it can be all of these things. So it's like, at least if you're going to cheat, be safe, be a smart, be healthy cheater. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have had a whole baby at the same time when I just had a baby. So for her, I feel like that was the icing on the cake, which then caused her to go ahead and file for divorce.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to cheat. I'm a big believer in not cheating, but to each his own. But, to then go and have a kid, to put my life at risk, to also, now to be connected to this other person in this way that you can't even move on from because you went and had a kid with this person. So not only did you cheat, if you cheat, you can kind of move on from that. But if you have a kid with them, that person is always going to be in your life. So you make things more complicated.
And so my thing with that, with Martell, I feel like they could have still been cool on some level, right? You have to be because you have to co-parent, but at least been cool. But I feel like he has made it a point for him to intentionally go out of his way to bash, try to ruin, and destroy the mother of his kids. And me, the way that I feel about that is completely unacceptable. There's no rhyme, reason, explanation. There's nothing that anybody can tell me to make me feel like what he has done is justified.
What has he done?
So besides his antics on the show, because what he's tried to do these last few seasons is do like a smear campaign on Melody. Well, you cheated on me, but he never has the proof. He has no facts. He just says these things because he wants to take, I feel like he wants to take the total blame off of him. Yeah, it takes two to tango,
Yeah.
right? And
it's either that or he's saying that, okay, you weren't doing things for me sexually and blaming on
because
her.
yeah, he said that.
You wasn't giving me was it head, and so
And those are some of the things that he said, but still, that's not valid. I feel like, to me personally, cheating has nothing to do with the other person. It's a personal desire, a personal craving, and it has nothing to do with the other person. The other person can be doing everything completely right, and still whatever is within you that's not satisfied, it's your own personal journey. It doesn't have anything to do with the other person. So even trying to point the finger at somebody else as to why you stepped out is a red flag already. That's where you already got it wrong, because I feel like full accountability is I cheated because I wanted to. I cheated because my flesh desired something else. I cheated because of this. It shouldn't be you didn't do this for me, you didn't do that, you didn't do this. And I think that you can have conversations about what makes you feel good, your desires, your needs, your wants, but you're still not gonna get all of that. But if you want to express that, that's okay. But you don't own nobody, right? And I think this is another reason why I don't feel like cheating is the end of the world, because nobody owns nobody else's body. We own our own bodies. This is our body. There's no ownership over us. So our actions and behavior, if we choose to do that, then that's just our own action and behavior. It's nobody else's, because there's no ownership tied to a relationship. Just because you're in a relationship don't mean nobody owns each other.
I don't think it boils down to ownership. I think it boils down to commitment in your word.
Well, I was going to be the second part of that.
Yeah. It's not
so the second part of that is, yes, you did make a vow. Yes, you did, decide to commit to something and honor something and things of that nature. But still, when people think about cheating, the reason why they become so inferior is because ownership. You cheated on me. You belong to me. That's supposed to be mine. But it really isn't yours. It's that person's. But it was also that person's responsibility and choice to do what they did. So don't put too much on yourself, because it has nothing to do with you. A separation is important. And I feel like Melody, this is the reason why she was able to continue her marriage, but then you went and had a baby, which now ties me and my kids and everything to this whole situation for forever. So what Martell has been doing, like I said, was trying to do a smear campaign. You cheated on me, you done this, you didn't give me the sex I wanted, blah, blah, blah. And on his most recent terrible shenanigans and antics of drama, the installment of the Martell show, he went and sat with a blogger by the name of Tasha K, who can be very, very messy. She's very, very messy. She can be really nasty. I don't think Wendy Williams has anything on her. And to me, I love Wendy Williams, but Tasha K just intentionally wants messiness. She wants to expose stuff. He sat down with her and did an interview and brought like recordings and documents and just stuff that should be private because this is still the mother of your kid. And so in the recording, all you see is Melody's reaction and response, but you don't see what triggered it, like what he did to make things happen. And one of the recordings, you do hear her saying, "You took all my money out my account. You took $150,000 out the account. I want my money back." And she's very upset, which she's entitled to be. If that's her money, and that's a lot of money, you took it, you asked for it. Of course, there's going to be reaction, right? So all that we're seeing is him trying to slowly burn her. But the sad part about it is you're not thinking about the kids. You're thinking about instant gratification, which then backfired because the audience of people are so team Melody that they just feel like what you did a total disservice to yourself and whatever point you were trying to prove.
This is the mother of your kids. They're going to be able to see how you treated their mother someday. That's going to come back and affect you. So the fact that you're not even thinking about that, and also just lifting up someone that that you was with for a long period of time, had 4 kids with a black woman, it's already difficult out here. Why go and then tear her down after you already embarrassed her on national TV? You done went and had a kid out of wedlock on her, but now to go on this smear campaign, like why? You have to be really insecure about who you are to do something like that. There's just someone that's like the mother of your kids. It makes no sense, and you're the reason why you all are no longer together because of your actions, Mister. So I don't know. Martel has some deep issues. Deeply insecure person, needs validation. He's going about it the wrong way. He's just making himself seem a lot worse.
And the problem, his reaction and his response, and the reason why he's doing this is because Melody is unbothered. She has decided to honor herself, know her worth, and move completely on with her life. And see, what happened was he thought getting in a relationship with Ciara was going to shake the table and really make her feel some type of way. And then you're going after all these other women while she's not even entertaining it and continuing to thrive, continuing to be successful, and continuing to be unbothered. Nothing really gets to a person and hits somebody really in the chest as much as you not giving a fuck and being unbothered. So with him not getting what he wants, some type of reaction, he wants to go to hell and try to go even further and try to drag her even deeper so that he can get what he wants, which is in a reaction. He wants a response and reaction. And as long as she's not giving that to him the way he wants it, he's going to be pissed off for forever. And see, the crazy thing about people like him is, one, you don't miss a good thing until it's gone. He's a prime example of missing his wife, but most importantly, missing the family that they created, missing the life that was supposed to be. Because you're going to look for Melody and everybody else, and you're never going to get it, no matter who it is. Because there's that one person that was really good to you and stood by you through the test of time, through your bullshit, through all of these things, and you did everything in your power to destroy it. Two, he's a master manipulator and a narcissist, and he loves to gaslight. So that's a dangerous individual because when you have all of those things combined, they won't stop until they see you break.
Yeah, it's super dangerous. I'm just glad that Melanie, she seems like she's grounded, and hopefully she has a good support team. That she has a mother around her and some friends, because you can see him going even farther because it makes no sense. It's not rational what he's doing. He obviously loves this woman. He obviously wants to be back with her, but he's burning every single bridge to get there.
The bridge is burned.
It's burned. It's
gone.
There's nothing there. And so, like, you don't know to the extent what people would do. You see how people sometimes will threaten to kill the other person or take it to another level when they can't have what they want. I just hope that it doesn't get to that extreme.
And he did go to the further extent because he doxed her. He literally posted her address on social media. Why would you post the address of the mother of your kids where your kids reside and put their lives in danger?
It's just selfish. His mentality is all
It makes
about
no sense.
him. Nothing about his kids. Nothing about his family. Nothing about that's.
He has mentally, like, he mentally has checked out in these therapy, because right before this interview aired, he was arrested for harassment and domestic violence, which everyone is assuming it was toward Melody. So whatever took place, police was called and he ended up in jail. Um, and it's crazy because right now they're actually filming the show. So right now they're filming. So I don't know if we'll see all this play out, but ain't no way on God's green earth, no matter what me and my baby mama have went through, no matter the disagreements, if we argue, we're gonna argue in private. It's between me and her. If she going off, I'm going off. That's because, is it right? Is it wrong? It's a heat of a moment type of thing. It's a place that I never like to get to, but ain't no way I would ever get on social media, TV, and drag her. If I know, one, in general, just because that's my son's mom. Two, if I know I created the reason why our family is no longer. I went and I cheated on you and I had a whole baby on you. I want to take full responsibility for that, but I also want to find a way to make amends. I want to find a way. I know it's going to take a minute for you to forgive me, but I got to forgive myself too first, right? And I feel like what he hasn't done is forgiven himself for what he's done, and for every action, all these reactions. He hasn't forgiven himself, and because he has not forgiven himself, he keeps doing things and trying to dig deeper and deeper and cause more chaos. And like she said, he's definitely an agent of chaos because that's all he's creating. Like, you're an agent of chaos, and it just makes no sense, because you're not understanding what you're doing, not only to this relationship but to our children. They have to see this, you know.
I think he's afraid to take the time to really just sit with himself
And just heal.
Yeah. Because he has to think about all the things that he did, and he doesn't want to sit with himself. And that's why he's going from this person to that person, going on this show, that show, is because he doesn't really want to sit with himself. So,
and it's a distraction, doing all that to act as if me being out here, I don't have to sit in this. And I tell people this all the time. Healing requires separation and detachment, because you have to not be distracted by people, places, and things in order to sit in what it is that you need to heal, to be vulnerable to what it is, to then own it, and then go through the process of healing and emotional completion. For some people, that's too much, because it does cause you to dig deep into your mental. It causes you to have to process what this feeling is that sits here, which I think all of us have experienced before in one time or another. And so this right here, sometimes people don't like to feel that, because it's a feeling where you feel like, I'm not gonna make it. But it's just a process of your growth. It's a process of your healing. It's a process to remind you that, hey, you're alive and you're stronger than what you think you are. Martel is a boy. At the end of the day, boys are going to throw temper tantrums. They're going to act up. They're going to do things for attention. That's a big, overgrown boy. And when you're dealing with a boy like that, good luck. Good luck, because they're going to do everything in their power to literally try to destroy who you are, try to destroy this version of yourself that you've worked so hard to become, to try to destroy anything that you touch. And when they cannot get what they want from their actions and behavior, they'll keep trying. So I don't know what it's going to take for him to, and I literally said this on Twitter, I said, until he like does something to really hurt her, maybe really hurt her life, I fear that he probably won't stop, because he's going so far to try to destroy the mother of his kids. And at this point, he has created her, and hopefully she's not walking around feeling this way, and she doesn't have to, but he's created this space of like, not only do I not like you, but I hate you too. And she doesn't have to act and operate in that, but I feel like you can easily create a space for me to just not want to fuck with you at all.
I just wonder, who are the people around him?
Yeah.
Who is advising him? Like, where is his family members? Where is his friends? Giving him, more sage wisdom.
Where is Carlos King suspending him from the show, putting him on a break and a pause, because clearly he needs to go to therapy?
But his ratings, it shows, you know, their drama. They want to see their drama build out and play on TV. But at some point, you know, you have to take a step back. And these are real people dealing with real issues.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's afraid to do the work.
And there's small kids involved, though.
Yeah.
Like, Carlos talks about everybody else's stuff. Every other show, he doesn't talk about any of this. He doesn't go live about any of this stuff. He don't do, but he'll talk about every other show, drag people, none of this. But he's not saying anything about how dangerous his cast, someone on his cast is. Because Martel is dangerous at this point. You know, he wants a reaction so bad. Now he's showing that he hates her, right? From his actions and behavior, because she ain't gonna take you back. She's changed her name. She wants nothing to do with you. She's become even more successful. She continues to grow businesses. She continues to be relevant in a positive light, and everything that you're trying to do to make it negative, her positivity is just overwhelming. It's outweighing all of that. Nothing is working. At some point, you got to think, okay, this can now become dangerous, right? I would think it's dangerous. Like, if that was my mom, my sister, my friend, I would now feel like, how do we protect this Black woman? And yeah, social media is doing a good job with protecting her and speaking life and like really shitting on anything that he has to say. But in reality, hopefully she really has a cover of protection around her and a shield, because she's going to need that. This is terrible to witness, honestly. It's terrible to witness.
Yeah, man.
Martel, grow up.
Grow up.
From 2 black men to a black boy who needs to grow up. Like, honestly, it's
grow up, do the work. Sometimes you got to go through to get through.
The work.
And that's what you have to do.
And if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Because you have a son. And the last thing you want to do is your son become this version of you to a girl, and now his life is just ruined. And now her life is ruined, because things can go further. And the reason why I'm so passionate about it, because I've seen it go further. You know, I've had people close to me or that I've known whose husband or boyfriend has taken their life. You belong to me, you're mine. Now, mind you, this is after they don't did the most horrible things to them, even if they stepped out and whatever the case may be. Now that she wants to leave, you keep her from leaving by taking her life or taking the kid's life, taking both life. You know, this is the reality of it. This is why we have to not play these games when it comes to this mentality that he's portraying, because it can become even more dangerous. And somebody's life can be taken over nothing. Because honestly, this should have been dead a long time ago. The divorce is final. She's moved on. He's moved on a few times. It's like, why are we still watching this narrative play out, but now even worse than what it was? Grow up. Martel Holt, grow up. Like, honestly, you've done too much. You've done enough, good sir. It's time to grow up. It's sad. You created this, and be mad at yourself. You can't be mad at nobody else. Grow up. That's it.
That's that on that.
Say about that. Grow up. No. All right, so let's move on. Let's jump into Ciara, Russell Wilson. So, for a minute, you know, I would see like different things about Russell Wilson and Ciara and baby Future, who is the son of Ciara and the rapper Future. Ciara literally, anybody that knows Ciara's story has always talked about, I want Ciara's prayer. I know, you like, Ciara just like leveled up, like, wow, Ciara. So she marries an amazing man, clearly a spiritual man. I feel like from the outside looking in, he's an amazing man, a decent human being, just somebody that I would have wanted for my sister or my mom, or, you know, if I felt like they didn't have anybody that was on a certain level. And it has nothing to do with a financial status. It's just about integrity, morals, values, spirituality, all the above. Like, I can go on and on and on. And I just think he's a dope guy. He has stepped in from the very beginning and took on the role of becoming daddy to Ciara and Future's son, Little Future. And he has done an amazing job. This was before him and his wife, Ciara, even started having kids. So every now and then, pictures will be posted of them two, Baby Future and Russell Wilson, and just these beautiful like words, and you know he pours into him and he invests in him and he spends time with, like, that's his son, right? Then you have insecure, because that's what I call it. It has to be insecure black men who most likely, one, probably don't have any kids, or two, aren't involved in their child's life, who have such strong opinions about a man stepping up to become and display and to show and provide and be a dad in a child's life. I'll never understand how that's a negative thing.
I'll never understand. You have another black man that's feeding into a young child's life, that's teaching him how to be a man, and you're not physically there. And since you're not physically there, he's able to step in and fulfill those shoes. I would, want my son, if I had a son by a woman, she had moved on and got married, I want my son to be around another man that was gonna feed into his life and treat him like I would treat him. That's what you would want.
That's what you would think that you would want, right? Like, I would have wanted that growing up, honestly, to have, because my whole thing, even with, I'll speak again from my situation with my son's mom, if he's a positive role model and positive influence and just an overall good guy, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't? Because I feel like it takes a village, and if he's a part of this village,
reflection on what you may not be doing. It's an insecurity. That's the only reason why you would not want that for your son. You would want your son to be around another amazing person to help him grow, and to be a spiritual man, a caring man, a loving man. So it really has to do with your own insecurity of who you are and what you have to offer. So it's not really about Russell Wilson. It's more about
those other men that have, or those other boys that have so much to say. Because it's tough for me to tie to them like that. When you cannot find the rationale or just dig a little deeper to understand why this is such a beautiful thing to see, why this is so important for black boys and black men to see and experience, then the problem is you. It's not Ciara, it's not Russell Wilson, it's you in general.
It doesn't seem like Future has an issue with it. Has he commented on any of these posts, or has he said anything about it? Like, of course, we would never really know the truth, but from outside looking in, I don't think he's posted or said anything.
I mean, he has a lot of kids in general.
Yeah, so I mean, like, he's like, whatever. Like, he has, how many kids does he have? He has
so
he's like, I can't raise them all.
I think he got more than the starting five. So
I can't raise them all. He's probably thankful.
I would hope that he's thankful,
yeah,
right?
I hope.
But I think because Ciara is a superstar, that child in that situation is more amplified, and we get to see that more play out. So I'm pretty sure this, and then also people have put certain things in songs in regards to that. So I'm pretty sure he probably has felt some type of way, but honestly, I wouldn't feel any type of way, only because, wow, this black man is really a role model and a positive influence on my son. Why would I be upset? Why would I be pissed? Why would I feel negative about that? It's a village, and this village is helping my son thrive.
Yeah. What would you want? Would you want the opposite? Would you want him mistreating your son, physically abusing him, either sexually abusing him? Not, say taking care of him from a financial standpoint. The household struggling for food. If that was the case, if it was a case where, we know Ciara and Russell Wilson are well off, but there are some situations where maybe the mother is not working and that stepfather's come in and providing financial support, paying the bills.
Yep.
I
love that you said that, because I always say things could be better, but things could also be a lot worse. Mm-hmm. And in this situation, it's beyond better. It's such an amazing situation. But on the flip side of that, like you just mentioned, it could have been where it's somebody that's in the household abusing Ciara, right? Mm-hmm. And then not only that, neglecting the child. I got a laundry list of what that looks like from just observation and experience. I have a laundry list of how that feels as a kid and what that can do to you mentally. And it's not the best feeling, because I've been there, I've seen it, I've experienced it with my mother, and that's why I'll never understand not advocating for what's right when it comes to the village that kids are exposed to. This is a beautiful village. Russell Wilson is an amazing man. And not only that, him and Ciara now have what, is it 2 or 3 other kids that they've had together? And he still cherishes his relationship and his son, Little Future. There's been no change. We haven't seen any change in that dynamic. That is a beautiful bond. That is something that I wish for every woman who has had a kid and the father's not around and they meet another man and this man ends up being like a Russell Wilson. This is what I wish for every woman, because the child deserves that.
Yeah.
Not only do you deserve that as a woman, but the child just deserves that type of love, that type of presence, that type of investment, that type of covering. Innocent children deserve to be exposed to that type of living and that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I can go on in there because I'm passionate about it. So to the fuck boys out there, fuck you. Like, your opinion just don't matter. Like, I don't know why. I guess we might as well just call this whole show like "Fuck Boy Free" or something, like, because that's what we continue to just hit on. At the end of the day, this is just like boys. Like, what are we doing with these quote unquote supposed to be men, but they're really, their actions and behavior is that of a toddler. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's just an insecure pattern of behavior that these men are exhibiting in this facet, in this area of their life. So
it's tough to witness. It's tough to witness as a black man, because this is 2024, and I thought that we had surpassed a lot of, I don't even want to say generational stuff, but things that we've been conditioned or experienced or been like, where's the growth? I want to see more of a growth mentality from us. I want to see more of a winning mentality, and just like, we all win in some type of way, as long as the family don't feud, and it's all love. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. We starting off 2024 on interesting note. Yeah, with black men, it's weird.
The black men that have been highlighted. There's plenty of black men.
Well, there's everybody, but we're speaking toward
the
black men right now. And of course, there's many men that have done the most. I mean, the number one, Orange, we ain't gonna get into the pumpkin head, but there's plenty, right?
There's plenty.
But I'm just saying, we come from the black culture, so we're more exposed to this culture.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, somebody said, somebody had responded to
the generational curse.
No, somebody had responded to like our reality TV thing, and me talking kind of about, you know, and for some reason our culture is so addicted to reality TV that shows abuse, cheating, arguments, antics, fighting, all the rest of this stuff, and they feel like that's the only time they want to watch, and that's what gains ratings. And somebody responded was like, well, it's not a black culture thing, it's a reality TV thing, it's everybody, it's not just us. However, when you are in the black culture and you're exposed to you only, you know, really watch these type of shows with black people, this is what people have been addicted to. They'll say a show is boring if it's based around family values and morals and substance and standard, and showing a family be successful and thrive. Oh, that's boring to me. We're the arguing. We're the fighting. So then they'll rant and rave of how boring something is. Like, people still ranting and raving about how boring Married to Medicine is because there's no arguments and no fights, no antics, no gimmicks. But I feel like the last 2 episodes were very great. I feel like they were good. You know what I mean? Because look beyond just, you want to see negative reality TV, you want to see explosive stuff. If you want that, go to the Zeus Network. There's a whole streaming service dedicated to showing us act like monkeys, wild animals, acting a fool. Go over there. You can get all that all you want all day long.
Hot takes.
I'm just saying. All right, I just do that in there, my bad. So I guess we can talk about one more thing. There was something else I wanted to talk about, but Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion is back. And the only reason why I said Nicki is because Nicki decided to stay up and post a pre-recorded snippet of a diss that she did to Megan Thee Stallion. But Megan Thee Stallion has released Hiss. So it's hiss, you know, like a snake hisses. That's the name of the song. And she's on this whole snake thing where she's shedding her layers. So that's how she's come back with her new reinventing herself as an artist. She's on this whole cobra snake thing. That's why we see all these images of snakes and stuff, because she's shedding her layers. She's shedding the old Megan and showing us the new Megan. All the things that she's been through, all the things that's transpired, people that have talked about her, you know, the shooting, the tabloids, a whole lot. She's shedding all those things, the alcoholism, you know, people calling her a whore and all the rest of the stuff. She's shedding all those opinions, all that negativity, and showing us what it looks like when you let go of that dead skin and now start to embrace the new version of who you are. So she's dropped this song called Hiss, and she is going off. Like, what I love about some artists is they're able to respond without saying names. They're able to respond and cause confusion, and people can only assume, or they automatically know who this person is talking to. And she's talking to a lot of people in this song. And she dropped the song last night, but she just dropped the visual a couple of hours. We watched the video, and what's your thoughts?
I mean, the visuals was sick. You know, she's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
She's a pretty girl, body, everything. But then, like, the imagery was amazing. Top tier.
Yeah.
Her rapping, her energy, rapping, she was just talking her shit. Yeah. I was like, man, I'm feeling this. I was vibing. So.
Megan is definitely a lyricist. Like, her lyricism is top tier. And I love when people use metaphors and they use certain things to get you thinking, because Beyonce is really good at that too. Yeah, she ain't gonna respond to people directly, but she will put stuff in her music, and that's what the music is for, right? Music is a form of therapy as well. So I'm all for it, and I love the song. I think the song is hot. The video makes the song even more hot. She looks beautiful and amazing in the video, and yeah, you know, people are fired up. Nicki fans are automatically set on fire on all social media platforms, and going in for 40 days and 40 nights. Just Nicki Minaj herself clearly fired up because she posted a response video right after the song dropped. And it's weird that they're fired up because there's a part of the song where Megan says, don't be mad at Megan, be mad at Megan's Law, which is a law created against sex offenders to protect children against sex offenders, from a little girl named Megan who was kidnapped and raped and abused by her next door neighbor. Mm-hmm. So that line is in reference to Nicki's now husband and also her brother. And then she also talks about, you know, having all these things to say about me, but not addressing me directly. And plus, people are now just throwing out where the fallout came from. Why is there so much this? Why is there that? But Nicki's been talking about Megan for a long time. Megan just now decided to respond. Nicki has talked about a lot of these girls for a long time. A lot of them don't respond, but why not? I'm not scared of you. And I think the good thing about Megan is she writes her own lyrics, and this could be considered like a really great rap beef for the culture, because they're both great in what they do. And all Nicki can sit up here and really say about Megan right now is that she has big feet. I mean, she's tall. Of course she has big feet. She's a tall, beautiful woman.
I think it's great marketing on both of their behalves. Yeah. You know, it got us talking about it. It got social media talking about it. As long as the beef is not going to a standard where people are threatening people's lives, you know, a little bit of beef is okay. But I do hate to see like black women being against each other and not trying to lift each other up. And I love that Megan is just really talking her shit, but I also hope that it's just her talking her shit and she's really releasing and letting go, and it's not really getting in her head, because I feel a lot of energy from her. It feels good, but also hopefully she's able just to release it and not dive into the negativity and get bogged down about it, because there's a lot of positive things going on as well. But you can tell she's extremely frustrated, and she's here to claim her throne.
Yeah, she's done she's done some therapy release.
Yeah.
And I will say, I do not like the fact that everybody doesn't get along, right? I don't like that because I would love another ladies' night type of song. I would love a Kumbaya, We Are the World type of vibe with.
Come on, now will we get that, or we gonna get these girls popping their pussy, shaking their titties? I mean, like, are we gonna?
I mean, I feel like we could get a ladies' night.
Lady, you know.
Ladies' Night is an epic song with all these female rappers coming together. Like, they did that on Ladies' Night. I would love to see something like that, but unfortunately, there's so much beef. And the main person, I feel like the corporate of all of this is
Nicki Minaj.
Because the self-proclaimed queen continues to come down from her throne. And I don't understand. I'll never understand that. But I also want to say,
down from her throne, but Megan's about to take her throne and sit right on it. She was her lyrics was sick, and it was sick. Now
she went hard.
We know Nicki's a queen of lyrics,
but
Megan was up there.
But of course, you know, people will try to tear Megan apart and just feel like, oh, her flow is all the rest of this other. No, Megan is hot. You cannot take away from her. You cannot take the rap talent away from her. She's good at what she does, period. Like, I think that when people get mad at somebody, now they're not this, now they're not that, or you now not a fan of them, oh, now it's not this, now. No, let's call a thing a thing. If somebody's good at what they do, like, I'll never take away the fact that Nicki is the queen of rap, because she is. I'm not going to, just because her personality and the way she governs herself is something that I don't care for, I'll never downplay her talent and the records that she's broke and the doors that she's opened and who she is as an artist. Separate the person from the artist. Now, as an artist, she's fire. As a person, I don't like it. But as an artist, fire. Megan is amazing as an artist. And I want to say this, and I want to be very clear. You don't have to pick and choose. You know what I mean? You can like both. It's okay. It's okay to be fans of both. You do not have to pick and choose just because. It's completely okay. And I think where we mess up, and again, our Black culture, because this is the culture I'm a part of, is we love division and picking and choosing. We first seen the greatest divide of my generation was Monica and Brandy. All that was uncalled for. We did not have to do that. They can be great in their own lane in what they do, and you can still love both of them. You know what I mean? To this day, 52 years later, it's still Brandy versus Monica. 52 years later, this is why we never got the concert that we wanted, the tour that we wanted, because the fans have been bigger than the music. The fans have been bigger than other people getting in their ear. Like, let me tell you something. Y'all want to sell out arenas, maybe even state, y'all need to go on a joint tour because it's good for business. The fans, the devoted fans, not the crazy fans, but the devoted love, they want this. I've been wanting this for a long time. I guess I'm never going to get it because before I know it, they'll be 50 years old and talking about they're going on tour, and I ain't going to be interested by then. But I just feel like hopefully at some point, these girls come together and be like, you know, that happened. It is what it is. We've grown from this. We learned from this. This is my sister. Let's do this music. Let's heal. Let's show the world we can come together and be strong Black women who support each other, who uplift, and who's serious about this thing. I mean, prime example, Beyonce has made amends with people that have come at her, who's talked negative about her.
It takes a very secure person. Yeah. Beyonce is very secure and sure of who she is, and she knows who she is. So, you know, so she's able to extend that olive branch and to reach out and to bring in people who were once against her. Also, she's just evolved and grown. She's
but you would think
she's not. Like, she doesn't have such an ego. You know, she's let go of that.
And she's the one person that can have the biggest ego if she wanted to, because she's the biggest superstar. No, I'm just saying, like, I want to see something.
No, Rihanna's the biggest superstar. She is the one that can have an ego.
Bless your heart.
No, I like both. I love both. So that's what I was trying to, you know.
Don't you start this and verse that. No. But yeah, Megan Thee Stallion hits. The song is hot. The video is hot. Run the numbers up for her. I think it's amazing to see her come back from all the trauma and drama that she's dealt with over the few years, and to put it into her music and to just show us, you know, this version of Megan after this success of winning the Grammys, and then, you know, going through the depths of hell and pulling yourself out, because she had really, she said herself, she became depressed and she was drinking heavy, and it was a lot going on just because she was dealing with the things that were happening to her. And this is a girl that lost both of her parents,
She lost both of her parents?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. Really?
She lost both of her parents. I think she also lost her grandmother that was raising
Wow.
her. So her family dynamics
Wow.
were shattered early on in her career. And yet she still went to school. She still graduated and got her degree as Megan Thee Stallion.
Wow.
And she still continues to thrive. So her story is a beautiful story of what you can do, So I got nothing but love for Megan, and congratulations on all the success and the new single. So make sure y'all listen to that and watch that video. It's called Hiss, HISSS. But yeah, we look rough. We haven't had haircut. Oh, I haven't had a haircut. He hasn't had a haircut. We ain't had haircuts. But we want to make sure that we are coming in and giving y'all some content and delivering some hot topics and some different things, mixing it up. And we just want y'all to, give us some feedback. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about. Make sure that you subscribe, share our channel, share our videos, comment, like. And one thing, shout out to Dr. Simone for posting a snippet of our video about Married to Medicine on her Instagram page. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Appreciate
you.
Love you.
Like, that was so sweet of you.
For sure.
We don't know what everybody is saying. I'm only assuming that there's a lot of people that aren't happy about some of the things we have to say, but it comes with the territory. It is what it is.
I saw a snippet. They weren't.
I'm
a
sure
lot of Quad fans.
But here's the thing, what I would say. You can't always run with just a snippet, just like you can't run with a headline. You got to watch the entire video, because one thing that we did not do is we didn't do what Carlos did to Simone. We didn't do that to Quad, because we still admire Quad. We think she's amazing at what she does. We got nothing but love for Quad.
Nothing but love. Hell, I wouldn't have been on Married Medicine twice if it wasn't for Quad.
So that's what I'm saying.
Like,
this was just about
we're
holding
just pushing
accountability.
Yeah,
that's it.
So we still love you, Quad.
Yeah, we got nothing but love for you, Quad.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, at the end of the day, that's it. And hopefully we get to see, because Married to Medicine has shot the reunion on Wednesday. Hopefully we get to see Quad open her heart and be vulnerable and receive, and also hold herself accountable. And I want to see friendships mended. It can start over, because I don't feel like it's to a place where, I feel like there's a lot of love there, period. There's so much attitude and anger and loudness and all this, because there's so much love there. And when you're passionate about the way that you feel about somebody, sometimes that doesn't always translate in a certain type of way. So hopefully we get to see these relationships mend, and we get this full cast back like we love to see them on TV next season. So shout out to Married to Medicine.
Shout out to Married to Medicine.
But we love you, Dr. Simone. Thank you so much. We
love
love y'all for watching.
Yes, sir.
Be blessed. Take care of yourself and each other. Until next time, we say peace.
Peace.